Okay, this is a quick little video of how to apply Solidec or Persoco Colorhard. For this job tomorrow, Hector, you're going to take one of these little bottles of color, just like I showed you how to mix the acetone, and you're either going to get a container like this or one of these. Chris is going to set these up. These are 16 ounces, they're the same amount of material. So you're going to pour a little bit of this out into a quart mixing cup, pour this color into there, and then the liquid that's in the quart mixing cup, put back into here and get all the color out into your bottle, and then put the rest of the liquid back into here, out of the quart mixing cup, just like I showed you the acetone. So now all your color will be in here. This now goes into a garden sprayer. We've pre-mixed the color here for you, and you're just doing small little mock-ups, probably a 3x3 or 4x4. You can put all the mixture in here. But the problem is with this stuff is it doesn't stay blended with the LSCS densifier, so you have to make sure you keep it mixed up before you spray it. And it will drip out of these sprayers, so it's important, as you can see, to keep the tip covered. But you want to, if it sits for just a minute, you got to make sure you shake it up before you apply it, okay? This stuff is densifier and color pigment. So we have a little mock-up here we're going to do. I've half-heartedly covered around it because I don't want to get overspray on your mock-up. I want you to put ram board down about 5 or 6 feet out all around your mock-up, so in case you have any overspray, you don't get it on the concrete, because the concrete's what our job is going to be later. So please protect everything around your sample so you don't make a mess. You're going to have some saw cuts in your area, and it's hard because this is such a liquidy product. Because densifier is a lot of water, it's going to want to bleed under the tape. So I think it's important that you do red tape and plastic to protect around, but in your saw cut, maybe you could even do this. If that was a saw cut, you'd put a shield like this to keep the excess from going, spray it, and you're going to broom it. We're going to kind of simulate that on this side just to give you an idea, but it is going to want to run. Be very, very careful to run, because that's going to be a big negative when it comes to how this works. We don't want one color to bleed into another color's area. So the shield's going to go down there. Your helper's going to hold that for you, probably in this position like this. You're going to take the sprayer, you're going to spray a little color out, and you're going to broom it around. You have a broom finished concrete. This sample right here has been ground, as you can see, a couple times, so it doesn't have the texture of a broom like a sidewalk. The area you're doing is going to be all broom. So you want to be able to make the strokes like this in the same direction as the broom stroke that's in the concrete you're staining. It's going to soak in pretty good. So you got to put enough down to broom it. Be careful not to flick your broom and put color in other areas. You want to make sure you get it all the way to the edges. Broom out your puddles. In your case, you're going to go for a broom finish. So you want to follow the broom stroke just like that. It doesn't spread real well, so you may have to add a little. The microfiber can work too if the broom is not too heavy. But basically, you're going to spread it around your whole area, edge to edge, tape to tape, just like that, and let this dry. Might dry in a few minutes, might dry in a half hour, and then put a second coat on. As you can see, it's very runny. Maybe we'll send out some small paint brushes too. See how it just ran right underneath there? We'll send out some small paintbrushes too, so maybe you can do the edges with a paintbrush instead of a broom. We're going to send you out a silver tip, soft tip broom for doing the big areas. Or maybe we'll send this little brush, because you don't have to do that much, so you can see how it's already drying. It's only been down for about 2 minutes. So if this is the stroke of the broom from concrete, follow that, let it dry. That's really all it takes. Then once it becomes dry, give it about an hour after your second coat, and you're going to hit it with a floor buffer, or what else can we send them out? Maybe a stiff broom to broom it. You want to get the residue, the little bit of color residue off the surface, and then you're going to seal it with Guard EXT, which is Guard Exterior, and you're just going to spray it on and apply that with a soft broom as well, just like you would regular Guard on polish. But since it's got a texture, you have to use a broom, not a microfiber. Okay? You got 3 colors to do tomorrow. After you mix the colors and dump them out of your sprayer back into the bottle or into trash, rinse this out really, really well, the sprayer, clean it out a couple times before you put the next color in. And when you're done doing all 3 colors, clean it out really, really well before you bring it back. One more tip. the tip of your sprayer, we're going to send you out an acetone sprayer. You're going to use a gray tip, because as you can see, this is just a regular garden sprayer. It sprays too much material. I think you'll have better luck if you do a fine mist like you did with the red and the acetone. So we'll shoot for a gray. You might even back up to a green, just if it's too much material. You want to do a very light spray 2 times. Spray it, broom it, and you're good. Good luck.